What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and a NFL Week 10 picks video. Back at it again, another slate to go through, and again, doing pretty well. Kind of hanging in there, 80 and 56 overall, good enough to put us in the 80th percentile. So we're doing okay. I think I probably, probably would like a few games back, but wouldn't we all making picks like this every single week? So going to get right into this. I'm going to try and shorten this video a little bit, just kind of go through the games, go through some of the bad games a little bit quickly, and kind of maybe highlight a few things here and there, but just overall just shorten it up a little bit. So if you enjoyed this video, enjoy the picks, drop me a like, hit that subscribe button, would appreciate that very much, and drop me a comment, would love to hear from you. Let's get to it. Over here we go. All right, so Thursday night, this is, I mean, speaking of bad games, like Al Michaels must, if you think Al Michaels is boring to watch or listen to in an average Thursday night game, well, wait till you get a load of him in his Thursday nighter, because he's gonna want to be anywhere but Chicago to watch this game. What do you even say, right? I'm gonna pick the Bears here because I already did, but I honestly could care less. It's football, and it's like pizza. Even bad football is kind of all right, but holy shit, this is a rough game. And I guess I say there's some legitimate talk about Frank Reich being one and done. I can't imagine that. Like he's not that bad of a coach, is he? Right? Like, geez, I can't see that. But give me the Bears, and we'll move on to Sunday. Speaking of dead, the Patriot they are just awful, absolutely awful. Lots of talk around Mac Jones, and I think it's all of it's fair, because as I've said repeatedly in these videos, he's not very good, and he's a scumbag. So when you put those two things together, easy to root against them. Maybe some chatter about Bill Belichick now as well. Give me the Colts. I just don't think it's like they're just bad. The Patriots are just bad, and that's all there is to it. Next game up, hey, welcome to the NFL, CJ Stroud. Holy shit, is he playing good football. He absolutely lit the world on fire last week. And now he takes his Texans team to Cincinnati, they are absolutely rolling. They look every bit like the team that went to the Super Bowl again. Joe Burrow is healthy. Jamar Chase is doing his thing. The whole offense is doing its thing. They look a whole lot better than they did a few weeks ago. This is going to be a really, really fun, exciting game. You can see the young, up-and-coming nature of the Houston Texans. They're like on the precipice of breaking out. But I'm going to go with the Bengals, who are just absolutely rolling. And, like I say, for Houston, they're close. They're close. But give me the Bengals, who are kind of emerging in the AFC again as a team to keep an eye on. What? Anybody excited for Bengals-Ravens? Those games? Holy, those are going to be big. Moving on, Saints and Vikings, both teams 5-4. I'm not quite sure how these teams have gotten to 5-4. Minnesota is now the hot team. And what they did last week with in particular what Josh Dobbs did, let's be honest with you, Josh Dobbs probably didn't even know the names of the guys he was throwing footballs to, or he didn't even know the name of anybody on that Vikings team. What he was able to do against Atlanta was pretty impressive, to say the least. And I think I'll give a nod to the coaching. When you're 1-4 and you can't stop turning the ball over and you keep getting in your own way, like, you've got to you got to rally the troops a little bit, and Kevin O'Connell has been able to do that. Now Minnesota is the hot team, and I think they're going to win. I think they're going to keep it going again. Like, they shouldn't. The talent level they have with the injury situation, and they shouldn't, but they are, and they're the hot team. And now you're going to have some, I think they're going to give the job to Josh Dobbs now. With a little week to prepare and kind of get acclimated. So give me the Vikings against a maybe underperforming Saints team overall. They should, on paper, they should be. Oh, sorry, my voice cracked there. I haven't drank enough water today. The Saints are 5-4, and they should be better than that on paper. They have a lot better roster than a 5-4 football team. I wonder about that coaching staff too. But anyway, moving on. Packers Steelers. Man, the Steelers are 5-3 despite a really, really stinky offense. Meeting another Green Bay stinky offense. It's just kind of, this is not going to be an offensive explosion here. I will take the Steelers at home because, like I say, they find ways to win. And I just think, like I say, Can Green Bay hang with them? I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, so I think they can hang with them. But in the end, like I say, just the slightly better, like TJ Watt just can win games by himself on that defense almost the way he plays, right? So I'll just pick the Steelers. I have no incentive to pick the Packers here. So next game, Tennessee and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has really hit the skids. It's just kind of gone south for them. It's just none of it's really working right now altogether. And now you get a Tennessee Titans team that may have found their quarterback. Will Levis has taken the helm. And again, so against Pittsburgh, it didn't look great. But I think he's shown you enough to say, okay, we can at least give him the ball now for the rest of this year and see what he's got, because I already know what I have with Ryan Tannehill, and it wasn't good enough. Tough game to call. Who's going to get off to Schneid here? I'm going to go with Tennessee. I'm going to go with the Titans on the road. I don't feel strongly either way about these teams. Like I say, it's kind of like both of these teams have to get this win here to keep themselves alive in the playoff race. You can't drop to 3-6. That would be a no-no. So important game, and I think Tennessee will win it slightly. All right, now, 49er fan, so I'm going to give you my take on this team. They were off last week, so I saved the rant and stuff. But look, Steve Wilks has destroyed this defense single-handedly. You can't tell me a defensive line of Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, and Eric Armstead can't rush the passer. You can't tell me that, because I watched them last year, and Javon Hargrave made them better this year. They can rush the passer. They're not. Why? What's changed? Well, the defensive coordinator's changed. He has wrecked this defense. We know the players can play at an elite level, and they're not. And the reason why they're not is because Steve Wilks is now they're going to bring him down from the booth to the field. I don't think that makes a difference. As long as unless he's shot to the moon, as long as he's the defensive coordinator, they are not going anywhere, period. I do not think this team is a Super Bowl contender anymore. I think they have been, Jason Garrett on the Sunday Night Football post game or pregame or whatever it was. He really nailed this team when he said they have been exposed a bit as a team that can only win a certain way. Like, you look at the Eagles, and they can beat you on multiple different ways, right? Whichever way the game plays out, they can beat you at it. The 49ers cannot do that. They absolutely cannot play from behind. They absolutely cannot play in a close game. They have to be up multiple scores with the offense looking great and the defense playing great in order to get it done. That's paper tiger to me. That's not contender. They're nowhere close. And to think that in the last 2 years, this team needed Christian McCaffrey, a Christian McCaffrey trade to make their run last year, and you're telling me now they need to make a Chase Young deal to make a run this year? I don't. What's Chase Young going to do if Steve Wilks is still the defensive coordinator? It's just not, I don't know. I don't see. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, but the other side of me thinks that they've had 2 weeks to fix themselves as opposed to prepare for the Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars at home. They are 6-2, and ignore what you think about the Jaguars. This is a good team. This is a really good team, and Doug Peterson is a really good coach. I'm taking the Jags at home. I don't care about the bye week. Until I see it change, I am not going to buy into it. I don't believe in this 49er team as a contender anymore. Like I say, Jason Garrett said it best. They've been exposed. And by the way, I don't think Brock Purdy's the reason why they're losing, but he's not playing well. He's turning the ball over at really, really bad spots. So that's I don't pile on Brock Purdy any more than that. He's a part of things, but he's not like the sole reason. And the low hanging fruit, what some shitters in the media are going to say, screw him. Ravens Browns, the whole division is really going to be fun to watch down the stretch here. And now you've got this defense going on the road at Baltimore. Whoo, baby, sign me up for this one. I can't wait. But I've said this before now. I think the Chiefs are going to have to start keeping one eyeball on the Baltimore Ravens as the team that they have to get through to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, they are really putting it together now. Lamar looks amazing. The offense looks great. They've got the talent. Odell Beckham is healthy, and if they can keep him healthy and in the mix, we'll see. They just throw out whoever the hell they want at running back, apparently, and they're successful. And that defense, always competitive, always good. The Browns, I think, the defense is great, but, can the offense match the level of their defense? I don't think so. I think this will be a fun game to watch. I think it'll be close, but I do think the Ravens will win because, like I say, I think they're a contender for real in the AFC. Falcons Cardinals. I don't know. I feel like I haven't picked the Falcons right all year long, but like they can't really. Are they going to really lose this game? I don't know. I just every time I think I've got them pegged and I know that they're going to win a game, they don't. But here I am. I'm going to go back to the Cardinals are not. You say they're 1-8, right? They're 1, and they just traded away Josh Dobbs, right? Clayton Tune, Kyler Murray's not ready. If Atlanta doesn't win this game, could we talk about Arthur Smith, please? The way he's like handling or mishandling his team. They're 4-5, and I think they should be better. And maybe Arthur Smith is a part of that conversation. Lions Chargers, interesting little game, right? You never know how the Chargers are going to be, right? I've said it every single week. They invent ways to lose, but last couple of weeks they've invented ways to win. Right? They've been on the right side of things. They played very well defensively. Albeit the competition level isn't great, and then you get this Lions team coming in. So who knows? I think this is going to be an entertaining game because all the Chargers do is play entertaining games. But I will lean the Lions, and I think they'll, like I say, I think they'll probably win a close game here because I think the Chargers, maybe they're starting to put a little run together. But I like the overall balance of the Lions. Giants Cowboys. I mean, this isn't really much of a pick. I don't even know that the Giants have a quarterback because they obviously don't believe in Tommy DeVito because they don't let him throw the ball. So they don't even have a quarterback rostered at this point. So what do you say? I mean, they're just going to get dominated here, frankly, right? I don't even see this game as being even remotely competitive. Give me the Cowboys. And I don't know how much more there is to say about it. This is just a practice session for the Cowboys, right? Just practice some things and get ready for next week. Commanders and Seahawks. I like picking against Seattle, obviously, because of my personal bias, but and they got housed by the Ravens last week. I think that kind of factors in. I think they'll be a motivated team this week, and I don't think this Washington defense is going to be able to make any kind of reasonable stand against Seattle's offense in the way they throw the ball. Gino did not play well. He took some sacks, turned the ball over. It was not a pretty picture overall. So I think they maybe get the ship righted a little bit here against Washington in this game. Like I say, the pieces are traded away in Washington, and kind of it's like a really rebuilding. They believe in Sam Howell. They're ready to give him the keys to the car, but they've got to now build the rest of it around him and build some consistency. So anyway, give me Seattle. Jets and the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders. What a wild situation. How ironic that Antonio Pierce makes his coaching debut against the New York Giants, and in a game that you thought that might be competitive and it would be tough for the Raiders to win because of the situation. Well, they go out there and they absolutely hammer the Giants. I think that says all you need to know about who Josh McDaniels is. I mean, what a failure the guy has been. Everywhere he's gone that he's not been an offensive coordinator, he has absolutely wrecked the franchise, destroyed him. That is very telling to me. He should not get another head coaching opportunity at all. I mean, the proof is in the pudding with him. The other thing that's obviously provable, speaking of proof, is that Zach Wilson cannot move the Jets' offense at all. I keep you think it's there, but it's not there, and then he does a few things, and you think it's there, and it's not there. I'm tired of the yo-yo with Zach Wilson. I'm going to take the Raiders here. He can't move the ball. He can't do it. It's so painfully obvious. And I know the Jets don't really have anywhere to go, right? I know that because they put all their eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket. But Zach Wilson can't play. It's another year of a lost year that could be, and the quarterback situation holds him back. Give me the Raiders, and the Jets have to figure out something post Zach Wilson. It's just not working. The Monday night game, Denver at Buffalo. Now, Denver's won a couple of games here. Maybe they're kind of turning it around. Buffalo, speaking of good team, they should not be 5-4 with this team. But, they have played a bit of a difficult schedule. I get it. but they're 5-4. Again, I say this all the time with the Bills, right? Everybody likes the fact, Buffalo fans love the fact that it's all Josh Allen all the time. Why? You're 5-4, and that's part of the reason why you're 5-4, because you put everything on his shoulders. It's ridiculous. Stop being so Josh Allen centric, and you'll be a better team for it. I think Buffalo will win here. I don't think Denver is about to get on a heater just yet. And I think Buffalo, like I said, an inconsistent Buffalo team, but I think they'll get the win here Monday night. So, that being said, that is my picks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop me a like, hit me with a comment, and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that very much, and I will see you guys in the next one.